Shalom everyone. I'm going to talk about this Zika virus, or maybe in English it pronounced as Zika virus. Anyway, in Dutch you call it Zika virus. So the reason I want to talk about this is because, first of all, this whole Zika virus thing is quite suspicious. Okay, now let me go to another article. This one is an article of 2 days ago. It's called "A Country Without Babies." Governments are telling women to postpone pregnancy during the Zika outbreak. What happens if they do? The rapid spread of the Zika virus across Latin America, very important to remember this, and is suspected linked to an outbreak of birth defects, has prompted governments to do something without much precedent in human history, urge people to hold off having kids. So this is something that never happened in human history before. And here is an example of El Salvador, a country that asked women to avoid getting pregnant until 2018. Hold on a minute, it's the 3rd of February 2016 now. That would imply that for the next 2 years, women would not have, either they should avoid sex, they should avoid marriage, or they have to use condoms, or they have to sterilize themselves. Now, making themselves sterile, maybe not that, but you get the idea. I mean, think about it. If many women refuse to have children because of this outbreak, that means that the population will go down. It means that there's going to be a deficit in young people within 20 years because there was a halt in having babies. And here they say that the Zika virus might be transported through sex also. So it's not only women that are pregnant that can have the Zika virus, everyone can transmit the virus. Now, if you remember, years ago there was this thing that was called the Mexican flu. The Mexican flu happened in 2009. What else happened during 2009? You had the Obama presidency. You also had the Pope signing contracts for the New World Order in 2009. But at that time, you had the death of Michael Jackson, so all the attention of the world went to Michael Jackson's death, and people didn't catch what else was happening. Then you have Ebola. Epidemic. The Ebola epidemic happened in 2014. It began in December 2013, but it really came to fruition in 2014. And isn't it weird that at the end of 2015, you almost didn't hear anything at all about Ebola anymore? I mean, 2014. Okay, what else was happening in 2014? You had this whole ISIS thing. Um, and what happened in the second half of 2015? After the approval of gay marriage by the Supreme Court of the United States, then you had this news about the refugee crisis coming up. You see, a lot of people, they don't pay attention. I mean, isn't it weird that there is this whole, because listen, this whole thing about ISIS or ISIL began in 2011, probably 2010. There were subgroups already doing such things. Why is it that it's only past 2014 that there was this whole news coverage of a migrant crisis? And now, look at this. You had the Paris attacks. You had other several smaller attacks throughout Europe. And you also had this, how do I say it, this shock throughout the world about the sexual assault of women by thugs and gangs from migrant backgrounds. You also had refugees that committed those crimes throughout Europe. And past New Year's Eve really shocked people. And now you have this Zika virus that's um, everywhere in the media now. So what's happening now is that the attention is moving away from the refugee crisis, and it's now going to the Zika virus. Because let's be real, um, there are even cases of the Zika virus in Germany. So what will you be more concerned about? About your posterity, your children being healthy, or about some refugees that are roaming around? Your first priority will be to your posterity, right? So I'm not going to um how do I say it? I'm not going to make any quick conclusions here. I'm just making this video to warn you to be alert. I'm not saying this Zika thing is a hoax, absolutely not. There's evidence that this thing is real, just like Ebola was real and Mexican flu was real. But can't it be that these epidemics are fabricated to reduce the population and maybe also to distract people from the agenda that's unfolding at the moment? I just want you to think about that because for real, when I reflect back upon the past years, since 2007 till now, I see a series of issues that just show up, and within a few months, those issues are forgotten as if they never happened. But then you go into your research and you find out that other things were happening during the time of those passing cloud issues that you didn't notice while they were happening because you had this other issue that was distracting you. And this is what I want to warn you guys. Um, the mainstream media is distracting you with a lot of stuff. That's their purpose. They distract you. So remain alert, remain in prayer, don't give in to the fear porn. Just keep on praying and be alert.